So Oblique Seville had one of the most bizarre starts, literally, to his 2025 World Championship campaign. Now, in his first heat of the championships, Oblique Seville was left in the blocks, not responding properly, not responding fast enough to the gun. Everyone else was up and out, but Oblique Seville was left in the block. Some people say that he was sleeping, some said that he was left standing, and others are saying that Oblique Seville had another one of those panic episodes where he just did not know how to respond and how to react. And as a matter of fact, this is causing some serious stir in the track and field world where Jamaica's medal tally is concerned, because so many people are hoping that Oblique Seville can finally break the curse and make his way onto the podium after making so many finals consecutively year after year, and has never yet made it onto the podium for even a bronze medal. 2025, based on all that Oblique Seville has been doing so far, people have once again gotten hopeful. He beat Noah Lyles, looking really good in the ring. He also responded well after having some cramps at the national trials, running a very decent time again to finish second behind Kishane Thompson. So people are hopeful that this Oblique Seville that we are seeing will be making a better impact than all the previous years. But fast forward to his first heat in the World Championships, people are second guessing. Some people are probably going back on their words based on how he reacted. Being a professional sprinter, definitely a lot better reaction was expected from Oblique Seville. Unfortunately, that was not the case. But the good thing is that he's still now into the next round, where he has a very great chance of qualifying for the finals. Now, here's where I part ways a little bit with everybody else, or with most people. This time that Oblique Seville ran 9.93 seconds. I am personally satisfied with the time. Now, in previous years, we'd have seen Oblique Seville running extremely fast in the heats and the semifinals, and when it came to the final, which is the big moment, somehow it would have seemed that Oblique Seville ran out of steam. For 2 years, I think he finished in 4th place, and then eventually finished at the back of the field at the last Olympic Games. And this somewhat is saying that somehow it didn't seem as if Oblique Seville was managing his rounds properly. He was running too fast, too soon. He was not reserving enough in the tank that when it came to the big moment where he needed to dig deep and to put everything out there, he could find some more energy. So some of us are of the opinion that sometimes it would have seen that, or it could have been possible that Oblique Seville ran out of steam when he came to the final, based on how much he would have exerted himself in the heat and in the semi-final, and not being able to come up with enough firepower to run really well when it matters most. So I'm saying that Oblique Seville not running fast and winning the race could be in his benefit. As bad as it looks, it could be something that benefits him in the long run. And I said could, it may not be a must, but I'm saying that it possibly could benefit Oblique Seville, knowing that he didn't run these extremely fast times too early. So more energy could be spared, left in the tank and reserved for the bigger moments. But of course, some people will say that 9.93 seconds was basically a time that Oblique Seville had to dig deep for, based on the fact that he was left at the back of the field. He started way after everyone else, so he had to dig deep. But the fact is, 9.93 is 9.93 seconds. He did not run too fast, and he was able to qualify for the next round. Now, based on everything that is happening, it kind of looks like Oblique Seville crumbles under pressure. So maybe if in the semi-final he still does not run so fast and probably get one of the outside lanes, then maybe Oblique Seville could come up with something. The fact that he's not sandwiched between a Noah Lyles, a Kishane Thompson, a Kenny Benerick, possibly if he gets one of the outer lanes where he's not so close to the heat, just as Shakir Richardson did in 2023, running from the outside lane. Shakir Richardson was not immediately in the fire, and as a result of that, we saw her running extremely well. But whenever they put Shakir Richardson in the midst of the fire, beside a Julian Alfred, right next to a Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce or a Shericka Jackson, things can go a bit downhill for her. But she got one of the outside lanes and she ran her heart out and won that championship, because somehow she was running her own race out there, not feeling the pressure of those big name athletes on her shoulder, and she could execute well because of course she has the firepower to do so. We know that Oblique Seville has the firepower to beat any one of these athletes who are out there. Maybe the hardest one to beat would have been Keisha Thompson, of course. But based on how we have been seeing Oblique Seville being primed up over these many years, and especially this year, we think that Oblique Seville has the potential to run extremely fast and to finish in a very, very good place on the medal podium. Some people even put Oblique Seville in front of Keisha Thompson and everyone else. That's just how good Oblique Seville looked from the starting of this season. So I'm saying that maybe if he gets one of the outer lanes where he's not in the immediate fire, then Oblique Seville can run a natural race and probably take down some of these athletes and finally show the world that, listen, I am Oblique Seville. I'm trained by one of the best coaches to have ever done it. I'm being trained by Usain Bolt's coach. I'm one of the best out of Jamaica, and of course I've been running some of the fastest times since I've been on the big stage. So of course it's time for me, Oblique Seville, to step up to the plate and let them know that I am one of the names to be feared in track and field. So I wouldn't worry so much about Oblique Seville just yet. Maybe there's a blessing in disguise, and I'm hoping that Oblique Seville this year proved the naysayers wrong, because there are so many people who are saying that he's a Safa Powell 2.0. But I'm saying don't write off Oblique Seville just yet. He might very well surprise some of us and finish way up on the medal podium this time around. But I'm saying watch out for Oblique Seville. He has the firepower. He just needs to get it down mentally and deliver the goods that we know that he can deliver. So I'm saying watch out for Oblique Seville, because I don't see him going down without a fight. The man is hungry for this one. He needs this one. He needs to come back to Jamaica with a medal of some sort in order for him to go forward and to be able to remain competitive on the largest or the biggest stages. He needs to show Jamaica and the world that he can do it. And in order for him to have that mental break, he must, it's not an if, he must return with some sort of medal to Jamaica. So don't write him off just yet.